Hey guys, welcome. This is UC from iTrade Price. It is 2021. Finally, January 3rd. Tomorrow is the first trading session of the year. It will be nice and interesting. We'll see what happens. But let us quickly go through the charts like we always do. Here's the chart of Amazon. I'm going to start with the weekly time frame. Let me get rid of these lines first. So as you can see, we're still, in a little bit of uptrends, but so far, if you look at from the broader point of view, it's still sideways action, right? This 3350 has been a major level that the market has been trying to break out of. So unless or until the price goes and close above it, it is hard to be aggressively bullish on this name, right? And let's drill down to the daily time frame. It did try to kind of break out, it made this a little, let me kind of get my tool here. So it did give us a little 2-day balance here, and 3350, like I said, has been the major resistance zone in a higher time frame. So unless or until we start seeing some closure above that, it doesn't really make sense to be aggressively long, right? But we did have a good encouraging price action here recently in the daily time frame, so that is always nice. And if I make a little bit of trend line right here like this, it can be a channel here. So we'll see how market reacts tomorrow, or even the next coming couple of days. And if we hold this level right here and then starts to move back up, or if it wants to move down towards this uptrending channel bottom, right? That would be a good support level to see if the price dips down from here a little bit. But nonetheless, good, encouraging, healthy price action overall in Amazon right now. Moving on to Apple weekly chart, really nice, good uptrend. We do have a little bit of inverted hammer here last week, but I won't give it that much of importance right now. It was a holiday shortened week, so there could be some year-end profit taking that was going on. So unless or until we start seeing follow through to this weekly bar, I won't be too concerned right now. Let's go to the 3-day chart, and let me bring my levels right here. You can see we are in a nice uptrend right now that's going on. Here's the channel bottom, there's a channel top. We are kind of moving nicely here. Okay, so we did see some selling here towards the last week, right, where the Apple kind of touched this up channel right here and then retraced back towards the middle here of the channel. So we're still holding 130, sort of a psychological level on a closing basis, which is always nice to see. So once we see some traction above 134.8, 135 level, get a closure above that, we can again target the recent highs around 139 and 140 being the psychological support level. Anything below 130, 129 would be sort of breaking down from this previous swing low, which is right about kind of here, right? So unless or until we start seeing closures up below this support level right here, which is 129.6, it's not too much concerning for bulls. I think we do have a small gap here that remains unfilled, so it could be that if we decide to go down, we fill this this little gap and then bounce back from this channel support back up, right? So that's a good ideal scenario for any pullback to play out from the bullish perspective, right? So only a bigger concern would be if we don't kind of get the bounce here and we start breaking down from this channel, and then this weekly low around 123.5 can be a support level to watch on the downside. Okay, this is a weekly chart of Netflix. We have been here in a nice uptrend actually, right? We do have a little bit of this pullback, and then again last week was pretty nicely bullish. As you can see, it was a bullish trend bar. Actually, this is a monthly chart. So yeah, still overall monthly level nicely consolidated here for the past few months, right? Stayed between 550, 560, and then 460, like 100-point range in the monthly level. So it could be a monthly bull flag, who knows? But right now it is more bullish, I would say, than neutral or bearish, so to speak. Let me get into the weekly time frame and let me bring some levels here. So yeah, nice uptrend here in the weekly time frame. Nothing wrong with the bullish picture. We have some consolidation here, and since then we have been in this higher lows, right, every week. So this was an inside week, so we will just consider that the trend was intact. And then we have this outside week where it made a higher low and a higher high. So good action from that perspective, right? And now if I drill to the daily time frame, and actually even for the daily, let me get into, let's say, an hourly time frame and zoom out a little bit just to kind of give you a good view. So we have these higher lows, as you can see in the chart, which is nice, and the bullish trend bars are definitely dominating the trend right now. And this was the price action so far. So yes, I mean, if we come down a little bit, but if we hold this channel, or even if this 529 level on a closing basis, I'm bullish on this name going forward. So unless or until we start breaking down from 529, then yes, we can see some retracement back towards this 523, which was a super support all last week, right? So unless or until we break down from this channel 529, and then we can target 523. Otherwise, we can just kind of move back up towards 545 and above in this name. It's nicely uptrending right now, making higher swing lows here. Okay, so look for that kind of price action. Okay, so here's everyone's favorite Tesla weekly chart, nicely in an uptrend. Nothing wrong with the picture, except that we do have a little bit of volume that that did not really, I would say, supplement this move to the upside. But when the stock is kind of making all-time highs, usually that's the case, that it becomes sort of light in the volume perspective, and then we'll see what happens in the daily chart. Still in the uptrend, nothing wrong with that picture. No bearish follow through to any red day. This is a 3-day chart, but let me go into the daily chart. Yeah, even in the daily chart, you would see any bearish day you would see. For example, this one right here, no follow through to the downside, right? We have this bullish piercing setup right here. Even this one, weak pullback. Why a weak pullback? Because we have a bearish trend bar, and then the following bar was a non-trend bar, right? We have a bottom break where buyers saw value and bought the stock. Again, no bearish follow through to this one. So underlying structure still remains bullish. So look for bounce plays if you don't want to play a breakout and just want to give yourself some room in case the stock kind of gives up some gains and come back down. So right now in the short run, 668 becomes the support, 641, and then if you zoom out a little bit, then definitely 605 has been a good level for the bulls that they have defended so far. So there are multiple touch points right here, there's one right here, and then sort of right here, and since then we have been in a nice uptrend. So we can see some pullback. Let's see if it comes down towards 668. That's where we broke out of last week, right? Because this was the sort of the balance area, and then we saw this 2 days of move to the upside. So that's been on a nice uptrend. Okay, so look for bullish plays in this name. I would not play bearish or not get stuck playing this on the short side for right now, at least, because the trend is your friend and the trend is up right now all the way. Here is the Zoom weekly chart. It has been in the downtrend since the time they announced their earnings here at the end of November, right? So it's almost been a month since it started its downtrend, right? And it has sold off almost 100, I'd say, what, 150 points, like from the high of this 490, and it's right now closed at 335 or 337 right now. So yeah, almost 150 point move to the downside. And let's get into the daily time frame, and let me zoom out. So if you can see, we have a little bit of gap right here, right? So it is trying to fill that gap from the low of 345 all the way till 325.9. That would be a gap fill area. So if we open lower tomorrow and hold this level, and that could be a good gap fill play back towards 336, right? If we open lower, that is. But if I move and drill into a lower time frame, you can see the channel that it has been moving here in the short term downwards channel. So we do have multiple touch points here. Let me bring my tool back here. So we have a touch point right here. So if we move down and then just kind of touch that channel bottom, and that could be a good bounce play, good support area to swing it long. I think it is sort of oversold right now, but again, the market can remain oversold, so not really a good reason to get into a stock just because it's oversold. So we have to see some bullish price action in order to play this on the bullish side. But this has been a good name to play on the short side, because you can see it has been giving multiple reasons to short this thing. There is no bullish I would say price action, right, to any green days, or even in this lower time frame hourly bars. Here's one. You would not see any significant price push to the upside once we see the bullish hourly bars. So that means sellers see it as an opportunity to just dump the stock on any time they see the stock move to the upside, right? So if you want to play this on the long side, I would wait for at least, okay, let's see, there's a swing high, that's a swing high right here. So unless or until we start moving back above, I would say 352, 353, that would mean it's going back above its last swing high, which is right here, and it has broken the downtrend line, it has broken the channel. So we can target 373 area on the upside if it kind of moves that way. Otherwise, the downside is 325, 317, and then the channel bottom here. Okay, here is the chart of Boeing, weekly chart. We had this nice upswing since the mid of November, but for the past, I would say, couple of weeks, it has given us a little bit of retracement, but it's holding here right above 210 area. Gave us a nice inside week last week. So let's drill down to a daily view, and let me bring my levels back here. So right now this looks like this is the channel that it has been trending down in. This is let me bring the tool back here again. So yeah, we had this nice bounce from this area, right, which is like the support from right here. So let's see if it dips down and then gets back up for a bullish run. But if it really tanks and even breaks 208 level as well, then definitely 201.8 or even this channel bottom trend line could be in play. But I just for some reason would like to play this on the bullish side, and my sort of reasoning or setup that I'm looking for to play on the bullish side, which is actually contra, I would say, I'm not really looking to trade with the trend here, which is against normally not a right thing to do. But the setup that I'm looking at is that this was sort of the congestion zone, right? The stock kind of remained, and now we have this break out or break down, whatever you want to call it, where the stock kind of just broke out of this congestion zone. Usually what happens is that you have what you call a range bound breakout failure. So this is a range bound price action, right, which I highlighted right here, and this is a breakout of that range, and now we will have a failure of that breakout, which means we should get a bullish trend bar or a bullish move above the high of this last setup bar, right? Or actually, not a setup bar. Setup bar would be if we get a bullish day here, and then we will go long on top of that, and then make the low of this bullish bar as our stop loss. We'll see what happens, but this is sort of the play that I'm looking to. I'm planning it out. So I'm planning it out, and if it plays like that, definitely I will be looking to react according to that setup. But right now, yes, it is in a downtrend. Let's see what happens, but for right now, 208, 211 has been a good support level. Anything above 216.9, 218.6, that will be a break of this down channel, and then we can look towards 221, 224 as the short-term upside targets. Okay. Facebook, sort of sideways with a very, let's say, long range for its weekly charts right now. I mean, it's kind of giving us good $15 ranges, right, with both top and bottom wicks. So it's sort of sideways and holding for right now. 265 has been a good support level, and this last week was a higher high and a higher low. So let's get into, before we get into the daily, let me show you a 3-day chart. So each bar over here represents a 3 days. So again, in that 3-day chart as well, we have a higher high and a higher low, and then an inside 3-day candle, right? Which complements the weekly price action that we were talking about. Here's the daily view. If I zoom out, you can see we are in this sort of a big triangle kind of a, again, it's getting tight every day. So we'll see what happens. But this setup could be a trend bar failure setup, where we say that we moved out of this channel, right? We moved out, broke out, did not see much upside follow through after breaking out. We gave up, and now we're again testing this trend line right here, and we have this trend bar failure setup. So according to the setup, the long trade is once we get above 277.1, and then your stop loss becomes 269 area, right? So we'll see how it plays out in the coming few days, but that's what I'm hoping it would do, and hold this trend line, triangle trend line around 267, 265 even, which has been a good support here recently as well. But for the bulls to kind of see some follow through, we really need to get above 280.5, right? We have 2 touch points right here in the past few weeks where it kind of retraced back from. So unless or until we start seeing some move and closure above that, that would mean, okay, we're getting some price acceptance in this region, and then we can target this area as the target, and then eventual breakout above that. But that's a long way to go for us. Okay, so we'll see how it goes. But this is the price action that I'm looking to play out. And here is a chart of the Nasdaq futures, or NQ, or even it kind of mirrors the Qs as well. The QQQ is the ticker symbol. So yeah, it's in a good healthy uptrend. Nothing wrong with the picture. More bullish trend bars. You don't see any bearish follow through. You have more bottom wicks. So yeah, I mean, there's just and we have this 3-day balance right here above 12,800. So any move towards that and hold and can be seen as a good bounce play, because this was a resistance on the way up, and now it's acting as a good support. 12,920 has been the resistance here in the past week. So once we see a move and a close above that, that would be considered bullish, and eventual target can be the high of this channel right here, which looks like currently at above 13,000, let's say. Okay, above 13,200 even. So still bullish on this underlying price structure as it looks like. Only we will consider bearish or the trend change if we start getting a closure below 12,600, because that has been a super support here in the short term as well. That will change the picture if we start getting a move below that, which will break this channel and also this horizontal price support level. Okay, so we'll have more coming few days. I'll do more videos as we are back from holidays. So if I have any questions or anything, please do not hesitate to reach us. Okay, thank you and have a good rest of your Sunday. Take care.